Selamat siang, I'm IBU ROBIN LIM, and I'm here in Bali, Indonesia, where I have been a midwife for about 30 years. And I learned that really we need to support mothers. And by supporting mothers, this is how we support children to be healthy, happy, and more intelligent. My grandmother taught me something that is really a passion for me still, and that is to never, ever cut the baby's umbilical cord immediately. I'm very happy to say that I was given the job, I don't know from where, to write the book Placenta, the Forgotten Chakra. And I feel like placentas talk to me and taught me, and babies talk to me and taught me, and mothers talk to me and taught me what they need and what they want on this earth. And we know that up to 1/3 of a baby's blood supply can still be in the umbilical cord and the placenta, and sometimes even more at the time of birth. So if we immediately clamp and cut the baby's umbilical cord, then we're robbing the baby of sometimes 1/3 or more of his or her blood supply. Now, any adult human being, if they lose 1/3 of their blood, they're going to need transfusions. They're going to be very unwell. If they don't get transfusions, they're going to spend many months just unable to really function with such profound anemia. And so we expect babies to come into the world and have their blood supply cut off, the oxygen coming from the placenta, the oxygen-rich blood cut off, to have all those nutrients and stem cells stopped immediately at birth. And then we expect babies to survive. It's almost incredibly unwise and maybe even insane. Now, babies whose umbilical cord is left intact, these babies have an easier time going to the breast and latching on. They're bright, their eyes are so shiny, and they can bond with their mothers and their fathers. They can bond with their family so much more easily when they have their full blood supply and they're not suffering from anemia. Anyone who immediately clamps and cuts a baby's umbilical cord should go to prison. That's how important it is to not harm babies. And yet, it's a habit, a bad habit, in so many birth settings, in hospitals, in medically driven birth settings. It's a habit to immediately clamp and cut the baby's umbilical cord. So it has been my life project to change that. Here in Indonesia, the regulation and guidebook for midwives used to say that the baby's cord must be clamped and cut segera, which means immediately. And it took me 26 years with love and determination and more love and more determination to talk to the health authorities until we could change that one word to say that the baby's umbilical cord clamping and cutting must be delayed. And that one word has changed the quality of newborn lives, has improved the capacity for babies to go well on the breast, and has made birth so much more respectful and gentle for babies and for mothers. Because imagine, mothers intuitively know when they see the scissors and the cord clamp, when they see this near their baby, their oxytocin, their hormone of love, drops. And when oxytocin goes down, the mother's risk of hemorrhage after childbirth goes up. Now we know that 830 mothers, approximately 830 mothers on this earth, die from complications of childbirth every single day. That's like a giant jumbo jet full of people falling from the sky every day. Now, if every day you had to see on the news that a jumbo jet fell and 800 or more people died, I don't think very many people would be willing to fly. This would be a complete catastrophe. But why is it okay for 830 women to die every day in the prime of their life? They're not old, they're not sick, they're just having a baby. And the cause of death is usually associated with malnutrition driven by poverty or not access to nutritional foods, mistakes made obstetrically. And if a woman doesn't have access to a skilled midwife, her chances of dying go up, because a woman in that situation who's malnourished, she has a very good chance of hemorrhaging. So we have to protect all mothers. From the time they're little girls, when they're tiny, we need to feed them, we need to encourage them, we need to believe in them. Because if someone believes in you, your life will be better. And so from the time a mother is a little girl herself, remember, a woman is born with the eggs of her children, the oocytes, the not yet ripened eggs of her children are inside of her ovaries when she's born, when she's still inside her mother. So generation after generation, we have to care for the mothers who are pregnant, care for the children growing up, love them, feed them, care for them, because that is how we prepare them for childbirth and for motherhood. What we do, what we say to the mothers, not only the mother hears it, but the baby feels it and the baby hears it. So respect and honor all women, especially when they're pregnant and when they're in labor and when they're in childbirth and in the postpartum. They need our support. If we are going to build peace on earth, we have to start with the smallest, most vulnerable citizens in the world, and those are the newborn babies. From the moment of birth, by not giving them trauma. If we preserve them from trauma, if we delay cord clamping and cutting, if we encourage the mother to take the baby to her heart, because there is nothing more important than the first embrace of life. And so we have to protect the first embrace of life. And how do we do that? We do that with midwife to mother care, woman to woman care, and we do that with doulas, because doulas really do protect the first embrace of life.